Ana de Smart Mind é uma escola canadense que oferece cursos de inglês, francês e imigração. Os vídeos estão em inglês ou francês para você se acostumar com a pronúncia. Os professores que sabem português vão te ajudar. Aqui, você vai ver um texto, uma regra gramatical e um exercício. Vamos embora.
You are welcome here to get in back. You know that work is the essential thing that can make your life successful in any country. Everything else can come later. Therefore, you've got to have nice communication, a tight vocabulary, and the best way to say your ideas. They are crucial. Here, I'm going to show you how to search for your new job in Canada and to participate in conversations. In order to appear clever and comfortable, you will have here 1. Job searching ideas, 2. Templates, 3. Tips. This video will help you to find and get your work, adjust yourself to it, and settle in your new Canadian life. 1. Job searching ideas. A guide to applying to multiple jobs at the same company. Tips for applying to multiple jobs at the same company. Here's a list of tips you can consider if you're interested in applying to multiple jobs at the same company. Determine what you want to do. Identifying the career path that interests you can help you apply to jobs that suit your long-term professional goals. Consider what you hope to achieve in your career and the types of jobs that can help you reach those goals. Writing your goals and the list of jobs that align with them can help direct you in your job search and help you envision your career path. Identify your qualifications. List your qualifications on a separate sheet of paper and consider the skills you have developed through your education and work experience. For instance, you might be very good at public speaking if you're a teacher, or an excellent problem solver if you work in the technology industry. It may also be beneficial to ask former employers, coworkers, or professors about your capabilities to better understand how you can contribute to the workplace. Establish which jobs you're qualified for. With a list of your qualifications, you can compare your list to the job postings you're considering within one company. Consider factors such as pay, location, job responsibilities, and technology used. Disregard any posts that don't match your lists. It's a good idea to be selective, as applying to roles you're qualified for helps increase the chances of being considered for roles and reduces the possibility of the hiring manager rejecting your application because it's not a good fit. Apply the 80% rule. Another way to consider whether to pursue a role is to apply the 80% rule after you determine you meet the job's hard requirements. Hard requirements or qualifications are difficult to change or learn on the job, such as the requirement for a university degree or language fluency. If you meet the hard qualifications for a role and 80% of the additional qualifications for the job, consider applying for the job. Tailor your applications. Tailor your cover letter, resume, and other supporting documents for each position to help increase your chances of getting noticed by the hiring manager. This means that you highlight your specific qualifications and experiences that are relevant to the position. You can determine which skills and experience are most important by reviewing the job listing. You can explain that you're applying to multiple job postings in the company on your cover letter and explain why you're qualified to help give a succinct and specific reason for applying to multiple jobs. Contact the employer. You can contact the employer or the company's HR department and notify them you're applying to multiple positions and explain your reasons for doing so. This can help demonstrate initiative and interest in the company. It can also help to convey that you're confident in your abilities to be an asset to the company. By contacting the company, it also helps to show that you're being deliberate in your applications rather than applying to every position you find, regardless of your qualifications. Follow up. You can follow up with the company within a few weeks of applying. If they don't select you for the position, ask for an informational interview to get feedback on your resume and cover letter. You can consider asking when they might have new positions available or if they plan on hiring again. This inquiry shows that you're still very interested in the company and still want to work for them. Examples for determining how many jobs to apply for at the same company. Here's a list of example scenarios to help you determine how many jobs to apply for at the same company. Qualified for one role. Here is an example of how to apply for multiple jobs when you're qualified for one role. A company where you've been wanting to work has posted several job openings. You have employed the 80% rule and found that you meet the qualification threshold for one position. You can apply for the job that matches your qualifications. Instead of spending time sending out multiple cover letters and resumes, use that effort on one application. You can then arrange a meeting. Come prepared and explain why you're interested in the company and positions that match your qualifications. You can also ask if there are times when they hire new employees or if they expect to be hiring soon. No feedback from recruiters. Here's an example where you have already applied for a role but haven't received any feedback about your application. You may apply to several jobs at the same company but don't receive feedback or interest from the employer. Your qualifications fit with the job well, and you think you might do well in one of their positions. You can contact a recruiter and inquire about the posted position. You can also ask when they might expect to hire new employees or if they know what positions might be available. Inquire about potential informational interviews with the company to get feedback on your application documents or learn more about what the company requires for the positions that gained your interest. Interested in 2 roles. In this example, you're interested in 2 roles that a company has available and have applied to each. A company posts 2 job openings and you can decide between them as they both suit your interests and goals. You can begin assessing your qualifications to determine the role you're more qualified to fulfill. Apply to that job and highlight the specific qualifications and experiences that make you a good fit for that position. If they do not hire you for the role, you can contact the employer to explain your interest in both positions. You can take the opportunity to explain why you're interested in working for their company and how your skill set may be an asset. Unsure which role is a better fit, this example explains a scenario where you are interested in more than one role but are unsure which is a better fit for you. A company posts multiple job openings and you have relevant experience and qualification for several of them, but you are unsure one is the best fit. You can ask for a coffee meeting with the HR department or a member of management. Mention your interest in the company and role by asking questions about them. You can ask what sort of positions they anticipate having available for hire and when they expect for that to happen. Asking these questions helps to demonstrate your initiate and allows you to get more information about the company. Sending a second application. In this example, you consider sending a second application for a different role. A large company posts a job opening and you apply right away. The next day, another position opens outside your area of expertise and requires qualifications not included on your resume. You can apply the 80% rule to determine your suitability for the role. If you're more than 80% qualified for the second position, apply for both positions. If you're not a fit for the second position, apply only to the first job. This ensures you're not applying for a job that you aren't qualified to fulfill.
Agora você tem o texto, lembre-se de entrar em contato. Na descrição você tem o nosso contato.
Now you have the text, remember to keep in touch. This video improves your chances to get a job in Canada. If you get subscribed, you will receive these new videos every week. 2. Templates. Creative resume template examples with benefits and tips. A well-designed and professional resume is essential for attracting the attention of recruiters and hiring managers. It may also help if you have a distinctive resume to capture their attention and set you apart from the other candidates. Understanding the different types of visually appealing resumes can help make your resume both professional and unique. In this article, we explain the meaning of a creative resume, discuss 4 creative resume template examples, explore the benefits of a creative resume, and provide you with some tips to guide you. What is a creative resume? A creative resume is one that does not follow the standard resume templates. These resumes are typically imaginative, engaging, and purpose-built to highlight your abilities and qualities in ways that traditional resumes cannot. Creative resumes can take the form of infographics, video resumes, online portfolios, or career-focused personal web pages. Creative resume template examples. Here are some creative resume template examples you can try out. Unique layout resume. This can be an excellent method to get attention without compromising your professionalism if you are pursuing a job that favors a more traditional style. You can change your resume's layout by placing resume sections in different areas of the page, adjusting the size and font's text, and including colorful patterns. For example, if you are applying for a job that prefers skills over education or experience, then you may decide to make the skills section of your resume more prominent so it stands out. Video resume. A video resume can refer to a variety of things. For those in the film industry, it may function more as a reel, showcasing their work throughout their careers. But it may work differently for those working in fields other than film who wish to produce a video resume for a different job. The candidate may record themselves speaking about their abilities, experience, and enthusiasm for their work in this setting. In this context, you can use a video resume to establish a personal connection with the audience, similar to a pre-screening interview. Graphical resume. Consider what images you may employ to elevate your resume. Try to include images that apply to your career and the position you are seeking. An individual who works as a video game designer, for example, may wish to organize their resume similarly. They can enhance their resume either through the use of levels to differentiate parts, displaying images of characters from previous projects, or any other creative technique to communicate their career story while incorporating the creativity present in their profession. Infographic resume. You can further enhance the creativity of your resume's graphics by arranging them as an infographic. Infographic resumes are a subset of creative resumes that highlight the candidate's prior accomplishments and abilities through detailed and informative graphics. Hiring managers in creative industries may choose to read an infographic resume because of how colorful and inventive they look compared to a plain text resume. The greatest strength of this type of creative resume is that it conveys information aesthetically through visual elements. Benefits of a creative resume. When it comes to standing out to potential employers, a creative resume offers significant benefits. Some of these advantages are: draws attention. Creative resumes express the applicant's personality and artistic style. As part of the recruitment process, recruiters may sift through hundreds of resumes within a short period. This means that they may have limited time to devote to each resume. Having an attention-catching resume may increase the likelihood of a recruiter spending additional time reviewing your application. Once you've captured the reader's interest, they're likely to spend more time reading the critical components of your resume, such as your education and professional experience. This is helpful for you, particularly if your resume has high-quality material. Enhances readability. When used properly, a creative resume may deliver information clearly. You can use visual representations of information, such as charts and graphs, to convey a concise message about your skills without requiring lengthy paragraphs of text. Given that a potential employer can only spend a certain amount of time reviewing a resume, a creative resume maximizes that time and ensures recruiters quickly see the most valuable information about your experience and skills. A creative resume can significantly reduce the likelihood that a reader may overlook critical information while viewing the content. Showcases your creativity. A creative resume enables you to experiment with numerous colors and styles to infuse your application with individuality. In industries like graphic design and digital marketing, where creativity is a required component of the job, your resume can effectively serve as an extension of your creative portfolio. A creative resume enables you to highlight your relevant abilities in ways that text cannot. You can alter these creative features to fit the job description. For example, if you're applying for a video editing job, your creative resume can be a short video that you can use to introduce yourself and display your abilities using work from your portfolio. A graphic designer may wish to include design approaches and create a visually appealing resume. When you're seeking a position in advertising, your resume can serve as an advertisement for you and your skills. Tips for making a creative resume. Here are some tips to guide you. When creating a unique resume, use unique fonts and colors. While a creative resume allows you to showcase your creativity, it's essential not to go overboard with your design choices. There is a narrow line between perceived creativity and unprofessionalism. There is no reason to be hesitant to incorporate colors, but you can make it moderate. For instance, if you're color coding your skills according to their level of competency, it's advisable to choose a darker green and orange rather than a bright green such as neon green, which can look distracting. Consider using legible fonts and maintaining them at a reasonable size. You want to leverage your creative abilities to persuade a recruiter to give your resume more attention. Make the most of your space. You can use brief and relevant sentences to summarize your abilities, qualifications, and job experience. Avoid using excessively long sentences to lengthen your resume. It's preferable to be concise, even if it results in a shorter resume. Instead, you can provide links to your web portfolio or other online work to convey information to the recruiter. A creative resume enables you to direct a reader's attention to specific sections of your resume. For instance, if you formerly worked for an illustrious organization, you may want to make their name prominent or use a slightly different color to draw attention to it. Writing a creative resume doesn't mean completely rejecting resume traditions, but rather incorporating new ways to visually enrich them. Proofread your resume before submitting it. As with any resume, it's critical to avoid making any errors. While a creative resume enables you to convey information in various ways, you can still ensure that the material is accurate. Pay attention to your formatting to ensure that you have formatted your resume correctly and adhered to grammar requirements. Even if you've double-checked your resume, it's always worth asking a friend or family member to review it again for you. Remember that you designed your resume for the recruiter who may be looking for something entirely different in an application. As a result, attempting to view your resume from the perspective of a stranger may benefit you. Include graphics, insert graphics into your resume to pique the recruiting manager's aesthetic interests. Rather than using round bullet points in your talents section, you might use a simple image or artwork that corresponds to the individual skill. For example, you can place a light bulb icon alongside the skill problem solver. Highlight your skills. You can use your resume to showcase your professional abilities innovatively. Consider putting one of your images as a focal point on your resume if you are a photographer. You can also include some of your design work on your resume if you are a graphic designer. List important info first. Prioritize the most critical information on your resume by placing it at the top of the page. Hiring managers typically begin reading at that point and may quickly scan the document's conclusion rather than reading every word. Regardless of how creatively you lay out your resume, ensure that essential information is the first thing the hiring manager sees. Ensure it's printable. If you choose to use colors on your resume, ensure that they are dark enough to be legible in black and white. The hiring manager may print additional copies of your resume for examination by other employees. Similarly, save your resume as a PDF file and share it that way so the manager can easily print it. Using a different file format may make the resume more difficult to download, share, or print. Research trends. You can conduct research on design trends before editing your resume to include a more creative angle. Select a single trend that fits your industry and personality and incorporate it into your resume. Avoid using too many contemporary components in your resume so the hiring manager remains focused on your content.
Agora você tem a regra gramatical. Lembre-se de entrar em contato. Na descrição você tem o nosso contato.
Now you have the grammar rule. Get the inspiration there. You may get a job and go to Canada. 3 tips.
How to start a new career in 8 steps, with helpful tips. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or considering making a career change to a different role or industry, it's essential to know how to navigate this transition. Learning how to start a new career can help you better prepare for this exciting change. Once you've learned how to get started, you can focus your time and resources on excelling in your new role. In this article, we explain how to start a new career in 8 steps, discuss what to know before starting a career, and share some tips for getting started. How to start a new career. If you're curious about how to start a new career, know that it's important to have a strategic plan to help you achieve success. Here are 8 steps to help you navigate the process of starting your career. 1. Make a list of your interests and talents. Create a list of your hobbies, skills, and passions. Consider anything you enjoy doing, even if it doesn't seem related to a traditional career. For example, if you like spending time outside, cooking, or helping other people, list what you find fulfilling about each of these activities. Note any themes or patterns on your lists to help you find a suitable career match. Identifying your talents and hobbies can help you uncover what you're passionate about and which careers may suit you. 2. Consider your career preferences. Determine the type of job you want and what you want out of your career. Knowing your career aspirations can help you determine the kind of education you require and the types of positions to apply for. In addition, consider your preferences regarding a job's commute time, location, average salary, and typical work schedule. Identifying these criteria can help you to prioritize your choices and help you narrow down your research. 3. Review your qualifications. Every job in the workforce requires specific skills and qualifications. Before you pursue a career, consider your education level and your abilities. You may consider jobs that align with your current credentials, or you may be required to develop your skills and achieve additional qualifications so that you can be successful in a new job. Assess your skills by considering your strengths and weaknesses. If you find self-analyzing difficult, consider asking former colleagues or a friend that knows you well. Once you're aware of your weaknesses, you can take steps to improve them. 4. Research industries and careers. Consider researching jobs and industries that align with your qualifications and interests. For example, if you love science and helping people, consider a job in the healthcare industry. Use an online search engine to research industries and employment across different sectors. Read job descriptions to learn more about each position's responsibilities and required skills to help you determine if you're qualified for the position. You may also consider speaking directly with professionals in the field and asking them questions to gain additional insight into a specific career. 5. Consider volunteering or interning. Consider becoming a volunteer or intern to provide you with further insight into a career or industry. Research opportunities online or talk to someone at your university's career center to learn about various intern or volunteer positions you might find interesting. Keep in mind that most internships or volunteer opportunities don't offer you monetary compensation. They may provide you with valuable experience that can be beneficial in future endeavors. In addition, interning or volunteering allows you to shadow working professionals and ask them about their jobs. Hearing about their experiences can help you make a well-informed career decision. 6. Find a mentor. Connect with a working professional in the industry that has sparked your interest. Establishing a professional relationship with someone in your prospective field can help you gain valuable insight and advice based on their personal experiences. Consider researching industry professionals whose work you admire or whose jobs you find interesting. Then, connect with them via email. A mentor may even connect you with other industry professionals who can help you establish your career even further. Having someone willing to teach you what they wish they had known at your current stage in your career is invaluable. 7. Pursue the right qualifications. Once you make a career choice, research the standard requirements for the job you're interested in. Some jobs require specific degrees or certifications. After your research, spend time pursuing the common qualifications for the position you want, if you don't already have them. Some employers may allow you to begin working, as long as you're actively pursuing the qualification at the time of employment. 8. Apply for positions. After pursuing the common qualifications for the job you're interested in, research open positions. Once you find jobs that align with your qualifications, apply online or in person. Keep in mind that different companies may have additional requirements for the same job title. Therefore, carefully review the description for the job you're interested in to ensure you meet the specific requirements for that role. Prepare for interviews by researching potential questions and answers for the specific position for which you're applying. What to know before starting a new career. There are some preparations that you can do before beginning a new career. If you adequately prepare for this new phase of your professional career, you can increase your likelihood of being successful. 3 preparations to consider before starting a new career include writing a strong resume. Writing an effective resume that best highlights your skills, experience, education, and accomplishments. A well-organized resume tailored to the job you're applying for gives you a better chance of securing it. Strengthening your transferable skills. Strengthening your soft skills as they're valuable in a variety of industries. Developing transferable skills such as problem-solving, critical thinking, leadership, and adaptability can help you find success in pursuing a different job in the future. Remaining teachable. Although you may have completed your education or onboarding, remain teachable and eager to learn and develop throughout your career. Employers look to hire employees who are willing to learn on the job. Tips for starting a new career. Here are some tips that you can use. If you're starting a new career, be open to new opportunities. No matter what stage of your career you're at, it's beneficial to be open to new opportunities. Although you may have specific plans or expectations for your career, know that it's okay if your plans change. Professionals switch careers all the time and find success and happiness in their new roles. If an opportunity for a new job comes along that you're interested in, consider what you may lose and gain from inquiring about the position. Do some research and ask questions to uncover more information so that you can make an informed decision before taking on a new role. Follow your curiosities. Passions are often fleeting, so it's best to follow your curiosities. Following your curiosities entails noticing what continuously draws your attention and pursuing it. For example, if you constantly find your mind meandering to cake recipes and cake designs, you may want to consider working as a cake designer. Dedicate some time to something you're curious about to ensure that it's a genuine interest. If you're still considering the curiosity after some time, it may be time to find a career that matches this topic. Your curiosity may introduce you to career possibilities you may not have previously considered. Stay proactive, patient, and positive. When you're seeking work, try to be proactive and patient. Take the initiative by contacting companies to see if they have any job openings that aren't listed. Send a cover letter in your resume explaining why you want to work for the company and that you're qualified to do so. Remember that finding a job can take some time, so try to remain patient and enthusiastic throughout the process. Retaining a positive mindset may increase your chance of getting hired because positive people tend to come across as confident and enthusiastic, traits that many employers look for in candidates. Consider innovative approaches. To stand out to potential employers, you may want to consider innovative approaches to the hiring process. Most candidates seeking a new job go through the same routine of updating a traditional resume and submitting it to various companies where they're interested in working. Many companies are beginning to realize that resumes aren't an accurate depiction of many candidates. Consider a story-based approach, such as creating a video explaining who you are, your credentials, and why you're the best candidate for the job. Also, consider making a website that includes all of your information and portfolio.
Agora você tem o exercício. Lembre-se de entrar em contato. Na descrição você tem o nosso contato.
Now you have some tips. Join us and write your story in the comments section below. Ask whatever you want in the comments and we will do our best to answer you. You see us in our next video. Bye for now.